Our rigged tax code allows big corporations to report enormous profits to their shareholders and at the same moment report little or no profits to the IRS. Of course, when giant corporations don't pay taxes on their profits, somebody has to pay, and the tax burden falls mostly on working families. That's why I've proposed a real corporate profits tax to force the biggest and the most profitable corporations to pay their taxes. For every dollar in profits over $100 million that a corporation reports to their investors, they have to pay 7 cents to the IRS. No tricks, no deductions, no loopholes, nothing fancy. President Biden has proposed something similar. One of our witnesses today is Abigail Disney, a shareholder in the Disney company. So let's talk about how companies like Disney use the current tax system. Dr. Disney, one scheme that Disney uses to pay less in taxes is to write off stock options that it awards its executives at a higher value than they report on their financial statements. So how much has Disney benefited from deducting stock options?
Disney's been able to save about $1 billion from 2008 to 2015 just by this one bit of trickery alone.
Wow. $1 billion loophole that doesn't require the company to do anything differently, just file some paperwork. So thank you.
Right.
Ms. Strotter, you own a business. What about you? How much in stock options have you deducted on your tax returns in recent years?
Pardon the smile. Zero. You know, we talked about a few words here today, and I have not been able to do that.
Okay, so let's do another example. Multinational corporations are able to use accounting maneuvers that shift money they've earned in the United States to lower taxed countries, which artificially lowers their U.S. profits. Dr. Disney, how much has Disney benefited from these profit-shifting schemes?
Well, I do know that in the year 2013, they were able to save about $315 million, $315 million on their tax bill.
Okay, and Ms. Strotter, how much of your business's income did you shift to a subsidiary in a lower tax country?
I did not do that at all.
Yeah. Now, many companies also lobby Congress for specific tax breaks. In other words, these companies write the tax rules that apply to them. Dr. Disney, has Disney been lobbying members of Congress for any special tax credits?
Disney spends a lot of time lobbying Congress as well as local governments and anyone else who has a say in what they pay in taxes.
Okay, and Ms. Strotter, how many high-paid lobbyists are walking the halls of Congress to find tax breaks that will benefit you personally?
I have not met one yet.
You know, this is the problem. Our tax code is rigged in favor of giant corporations like Disney, and everyone else, people like Ms. Strotter, are paying for it. Disney isn't alone. In recent years, dozens of profitable companies have gotten away without paying 1 cent in federal income taxes for the entire year. Companies like Amazon, Nike, FedEx, Chevron, Netflix, Eli Lilly, Starbucks, IBM, HP, Halliburton. So, Professor Gamage, we've gone through a couple of ways, just a couple, that big corporations use their massive resources to rig the tax system. Would a tax on book income, like my real corporate profits tax, ensure that these giant companies can't get away with paying nothing in taxes?
Yes, absolutely, Chair Warren. Because corporations can keep 2 books, they can currently report high earnings to investors and to increase stock options for management, while reporting low earnings or no earnings to the IRS through tax shenanigans. The real corporate profits tax would limit both of these sets of accounting games. To briefly give just one more example, As I believe all three of the Republican invited witnesses noted, the tax books allow accelerated depreciation and full expensing, which could in theory be part of a good corporate tax system. The problem is it only works if you combine it with very strict limits on interest expense deductions, which we currently don't have. When you have generous interest expense deduction limits and these other provisions, as we currently do, it's not all that difficult for high-priced tax lawyers like my friends and former students in practice to design wasteful, complicated transactions, earning enormous fees to reduce tax payments on the corporate side without affecting reported earnings. The real corporate profits tax would deter all of these financial tax accounting shenanigans to the benefit of the real economy and creating a level playing field.
Well, thank you, Professor Gamage. You know, this is why the President's Made in America plan is so important. It includes no-brainer policies like raising the corporate tax rate and cracking down on overseas profit shifting. But it also contains a backstop similar to my real corporate profits tax. As President Biden has said, we have firemen and teachers paying 22%, while these giant companies pay nothing. That is wrong. Yes, that is wrong, and Congress can change it.